Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages for February 2020. I'm going to start your reading off by pulling a card to look at your internal energy and a card to look at your external energy. So let's see what your Spirit Guides would like to talk about or bring to your attention internally and externally for February. So we have illusions coming out, and Libra actually had this card for internal. So if you have a Libra moon or Libra rising, and next for external we have accomplishment. Okay, so Scorpio, your message is a little bit different than Libra's. There's something that you're really worried about here, and what I see with the accomplishment coming through as your external, like all is well, things are going to work out, you know, things are going to go in your favor, you're going to achieve, you're going to receive what you need, you're going to get the answer that you want. So really do your best throughout February to not allow yourself to worry and overanalyze and think about all the what ifs, because this could be where you're really waiting on something for a while, and that's why you're like, oh, what is this going to be? What's the answer? Or is this going to happen? And so it puts you in a place of worry and concern and gets you really thinking about everything. Your spirit guides want to ward that off right now before it even happens, and to say, look, it's going to work out. Things are going to be okay in February, so don't worry. Just believe in that. Hold on to that. So let's pull some scarabs and dig a little bit deeper about this message. Okay, so we have the palm tree. That is good news. That is happiness. That is paradise. That is joy coming in for you. All right, and also a spiritual battery recharge. Some of you, this could be about a trip or travel, and it's like it's going to work out. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, next is, oh, the divine union between Isis and Osiris, and so this is very special right here. Okay, just take a look at that. Very interesting symbol there, and this is love. This is blue flame love. This is the pure, high vibrating love energy. And right next to this, and spiritual recharge. Oh, Scorpio, do not worry. Next out is, this is Shen. And I see why. This is about delayed outcomes, okay? Or maybe for some of you, this could have something to do with finances, but listen, it's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. Your spirit guides, you know, really want you to know that, and they don't want you to fall into a place of worry and concern and over analyzing and freaking out and crying and hiding under your covers or just feeling really bad. They don't want that for you. They want you to know that it's going to work out, like things are going to go in your favor, or what was denied you, there's better for you and it's coming. It's just that there's like this time delay, and that's why you are in this space. So let's pull some scarabs for over here. What do we have? We have Hathor, which, you know, this is all about spiritual growth through relationships. So this, to me, it feels very connected to another person, just because we have the divine union, and now we have spiritual growth through relationships. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, so we have Set coming out, and, you know, this is somebody who is jealous, who is oppressive, who is mean, who has ulterior motive. And lastly, we have the Nile, which is flow and change of season. So I don't, you know, even though we have this divine union and Hathor, spiritual growth through relationships, you know, Scorpio, if there is a thorn in your side, in your reality, like in your workplace, in your family, like somebody who's just really bothersome, who is horrible, like mean, selfish, greedy, all me, and they're causing a lot of friction for you, your spirit guides want you to know, like, that situation is going to dissolve soon, okay? It is. But they want to point out through every relationship and connection that you have, there is spiritual growth to be gained, and the season is going to change right there with the Nile. You just got to trust that. I just feel it's not happening in the time frame in which you were hoping for. Okay, and some of you, because of this divine union and then Hathor, this could be like you and your business partner, you and your romantic partner, you and a family member, you and a friend. There could be something that, you know, you guys are involved in together and you're waiting for an answer, you know, as like a team, both being on the same side, not so much against each other. And again, things are going to work out, you know, whoever, if it's a situation where somebody's trying to come against you, say false things, you know, just really make things hard, the truth is going to come to light. And through this process, Scorpio, there is spiritual growth to be gained, and you just have to trust in the process and that the season will change. It's just not moving as fast as you would like it to, but you will have accomplishment. You will have achievement. You know, don't worry, especially if like somebody's trying to come against you, they will falter. Okay, let's pull some tarot. And you know what? For some reason, I just thought of the Luxor in Las Vegas, like a buffet. So some of you, because of the palm tree, the travel, you know, if this is around like a trip or travel, don't worry about it. It's like you are going to go on right here. You're going on a trip, of journey, a vacation, and that's not for all Scorpios, obviously, but for those of you where that really resonates, where there's some sort of worry or concern around a trip, travel, or you feel like somebody might ruin this for everybody, don't worry about it. Like, everything's really going to work out for you, okay? Yeah, and now we have the Chariot, first card out. There's your victory. There's things working out for you, but also for those of you who this is attached to a trip, like, you know, it's going to work out. It truly is. In Four of Swords, there is that healing, that spiritual recharge, also coming through with the palm tree. Next out is Death, which is the card that represents you in the tarot. So Scorpio, that's not only your energy, but also goes over here to the Nile, where, you know, the things are going to change. The season will shift. It's just taking longer than you had hoped. Next is the King of Chalices. This could involve a fellow water sign, especially a Cancer, or a fellow Scorpio, or maybe even a Pisces. But with all this water energy, like the full water family coming out like that through the major arcana, Scorpio, there is a lot of shifting and changing within your emotional body throughout the month of February. And there's healing, and you're going to receive a spiritual recharge, you know, with this Four of Swords as well as this palm tree. And then last out is the Ace of Cups, and you've got the Scarab on there. And that's just your assurance that everything is going to work out okay, Scorpio. And this too shall pass. You know, if this is a person that's just hard to deal with, they're falling away out of your life somehow, some way, no matter the situation, like, because you have it here, you have it here, and you have it here, and then there's the new beginning, the new start, the new energy without that person. And you have the cup there and the cup there, and it's both just one cup, and then here is that trophy for the accomplishment. So to me, that's like your victory, which also comes through in the Chariot, your victory, your new beginning, your spiritual recharge happening, your heart healing coming in, and like things feeling much better. And remember, through different relationships and connections that are challenging, you're growing spiritually. And I do see like you shedding an old version of yourself in February and coming into like a new dimension of yourself where you're just feeling differently, you're seeing things differently. Do not allow yourself to worry. It's like all is well, truly, and it's going to work out. And anything around a vacation, Scorpio, it's all good. Okay, let's pull some tarot, some more tarot to clarify further. And look, there's the Ace of Cups right on the bottom of this deck. Nine of Cups under the Chariot. Temperance coming out under the Four of Swords. Could involve a Sagittarius. Here is the Ten of Cups under Death. Seven of Pentacles under this King of Cups. And the Two of Cups under this Ace of Cups. So again, a lot of water energy, a lot of emotions flowing through you. However, Scorpio, it's good. You know, if you just have a day where you're emotional and you're crying and you're moody, just let it all out, because you're purging and you're going to feel much better. You're moving into a place of balance, of temperance, of mind, of emotional body. So, you know, there may be a little bit of that. Not too much, though, because you have the 9, 10, and the 2 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This is emotional satisfaction. That's union and joining with somebody. So, man, and then this travel, this trip, this journey. Scorpio, you know, if this is around a vacation, I don't know what it is that is making you worry, making you freak out, but seriously, it's going to be okay. Like, it's going to work out. And, you know, I see some of you there with family. Okay, and then some of you, this is like romance. This is you and another person, and you know, this is like we're falling in love again, or we're falling in love. It's just a really nice time, and there's nothing to worry about. The heaviness, the challenges, if you guys have been struggling, it's like dissipating. You're coming into new energy, new way of understanding and connecting with others. I really see you connecting with others throughout the month of February with this 9 and 10 of Cups, as well as that 2 of Cups. Scorpio, you know, much like I think it was Cancer that I saw this in, it's like you are not in a fighter mood in February. You are in the mood of just loving and flowing and forgiving and being, and or maybe it was Virgo that had that. It was Cancer or Virgo. But man, I see that for you too, where it's like you don't want to fight the fight anymore. You just don't have the energy for it mentally or emotionally. If you're mad at somebody, you're holding a grudge, all of those things, you just don't care anymore. It doesn't mean you're like, hey, come back up into my world. But it's like you're no longer choosing to expend emotional or mental energy upon those people or those situations. You want to let it go. You want to purge it. You want to release it. This is a natural desire, Scorpio, to shed the old and allow yourself to come into the new. And there's accomplishment, and there's achievement, there's victory, there's things going your way. You get the answer that you want. You get what you need, okay? And, you know, through February, just remember the answer, or you know, what you're hoping for may be delayed in coming according to your timeline, but it is coming. It is going to happen. So don't worry. Don't freak out. Just go with the flow. Focus on your blessings. Focus on what you do want to happen for yourself, because this is a good time for that. You are truly shedding an old skin and coming into a new version of yourself that feels a bit more balanced emotionally and mentally. And there is such a beautiful trip in store for some of you. And if you have to like put off a trip, it's like it has to be delayed for a further date. Really trust that, Scorpio. You'll prefer, even though it's disappointing, you'll prefer what happens at the later date than the way things would go down at the, you know, original date. So you have 3 cards that jumped out. Preservation. Reevaluate this battle you are engaged in. A hasty retreat may be in order. Self-preservation may be the only thing salvageable. And this is talking about how you just don't want to fight in February. You don't. Anybody who's coming at you, who's bitter, you're going to pull back as opposed to whipping out the stinger and putting them in their place. You're just not in the mood for that. Your energy is shifting. It's like, it's completely focused on this rebirthing of you and, you know, these changes that you're going through, and it's all very natural and quite spiritual. Next out is richness. Search further. The deeper you explore this issue, the more truth you will find. It will be well worth your effort. So some of you where there's these delayed answers or information coming in, dig deeper. There's more to learn, explore, and to be gained before the finale, or before the answer, before the completion. And worthwhile. Life is not about being taught a lesson for getting something wrong. It's about having an experience that adds richness to your life. And look at that richness right there. And that word is also in this advice card. So Scorpio, everything you've been going through, you know, it's worthwhile. It's adding to you. There's spiritual growth to be had. And a lot of you, this is, you know, playing out through some sort of relationship or connection, because we do have the Hathor there, and we have the Divine Union, as well as the Two of Cups. And, you know, I don't want to really make this into a love reading, but those of you where this is resonating more in that capacity, you and your partner are at a turning point for sure. And it's time to really let the past go and choose forgiveness for the betterment of both of you. And I see you falling in love and potentially going on some really wonderful vacation where perhaps that happens. And, you know, through that relaxed energy, you're able to reconnect once more with each other. All right. So those are your messages, Scorpio. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.